Okay, so this is the interior of the system unit, but I think I didn't show you how to open it. So let me cover it and I open again. Yes, very good. I want this to be shown this side. So if you want to open the system unit, for someone who has never used a system unit might not know how to open it. So if you are to see here, and majority of the people do know that to open the system unit, at least one of the side opens. So for you to know the side that opens, you come here to this tool. When you see this tool, it's about to open. And you, as you are seeing here, there is this small padlock icon. And when you see this small padlock icon, the icon is simply meaning a place to open or to close. And if you are to see behind, the big box rectangular in shape represents the system unit itself, and this is small cover like a closing bracket represents the cover of the system unit, and in this case it is the opening cover of the system unit. And in addition to that, this arrow has been provided to show you the direction where the cover which is meant to be open is located. I've pulled it back. In other words, the locks are now open, so I can use my key to open it. So generally, that's how you open the system unit. So now in the system unit interior, this is the interface. This is what you see in its interior. Remember, at first I showed you the power cable. The power cable enters from here. This gadget that you are seeing is called the power supply gadget. It's the one which supplies power or electricity to all other parts of the system unit. And as for this case, we can term it as the source of power for the system unit. Power to other components in this system unit. As you can see, these wires, they are having slots, these extension slots, whereby it's connected to different parts or different components of the machine. Like for example, these ones go to this side of the hard disk, it goes to the side of the CD DVD drive, because these ones, they do not need a lot of electricity to go into them. And we have this wire from the power source, it moves direct to the system, to the motherboard. The motherboard is generally this green component, a green element all over. So you can ask yourself what a motherboard means, or what is its function. A motherboard is simply the sheet or the object or the element that where all the computer components, for this case, all the system unit components are attached. As you can see, these ones, they are all attached on the motherboard. They are not easily removed, maybe if you apply heat there. So this is the motherboard. I've shown you so far the power source, and I've told you it has two connection points with different purposes. As for this one, takes to the components like the hard disk, the CD DVD drive, because they do not need a lot of power. And we have this other one which takes to the motherboard, because the motherboard also it needs a lot of power to be in position to work with other components. So these white elements that you are seeing here, these white gadgets and this black one, these ones are where they are called the expansion slots. The expansion slots, someone can attach here the NIC card, in other words, the network interface card, and it can be removed out from this end, outside there, outside here. If you connect the NIC card from here, you just remove one sheet here. These ones are removable, and and you and you connect it there. So that is for the NIC. And when you come back here, we have in the we are having this. What you're seeing here in the green color is what we call the SATA cable. SATA cable, these ones provide an interface. The blue one, actually, the blue one usually connects to the hard disk. When I talk about the hard disk, this is what we call the hard disk of the system unit. It's now like the storage whereby every information is stored in this hard disk. So this one, as you are seeing, these cables, they just provide power to the hard disk. The hard disk cannot work without power, whereas this blue one, its purpose is now for transfer of information. So for the hard disk to work, it's supposed to be connected to the power, and you can see this slot is empty. This one, you can add more hard disk here, and if you have another hard disk, in other words, it's also supposed to get the SATA cable. So this one, orange in color, it goes to the CD DVD drive. The CD DVD by the user can open it. We shall do it when you are connected to power. Open it and put the CD inside. So as you can see, also it has the partition for power. This one, this cable is for power, and also this one is for now transfer of information. So with this, and here, for those people who usually want to know where the CPU is, I haven't moved with my screwdriver, but I'll open it in some video. The CPU is found under this gadget. And the CPU, it being the brain of the computer, the CPU simply means the central processing unit. And the CPU, it being a brain of a computer, it ejects a lot of heat when it's working. As you are seeing, this gadget is called the sink. Sink just provides a medium of cooling the system, the CPU, and the CPU itself is under here. So with that, it also has a fan here in front. There's a fan here in front. The fan also cools the CPU as it's working. The CPU is attached under this gadget. So you might be asking yourself what is real shining here. This is what we call the CMOS battery. CMOS battery in full simply means the complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So The CMOS battery, its work is to provide the system unit with the power, but just limited power. And that one is just to keep the time and the date updated in the system unit. So we have another item here. This is what we call the RAM. This is what we call the RAM chip of the system unit. The RAM is just a primary storage, and generally its work is for the speed of the machine. The RAM cannot be updated, but instead you just upgrade it. In other words, if it has failed to work, you just buy another one of a good capacity and you install it inside. So So that is the overview of how of the system unit components. In other words, some of the things that are in the system unit. All right. So the next thing now that we are going to do, we are going to connect these ICT tools to form a computer system. As I told you, a computer system simply means computer components connected together to perform a specific task. We are going to connect them so that it can work well to satisfy a user's need. All right, let's connect.